y'all? This is your girl, Such a Craziness, and I'm coming to you, and you with another Word on the Street segment. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. So your girl decided to go ahead and watch that 2 hour and some change interview with Chantel and Carlos King. Granted, I've been watching clips that's been extracted from the interview, but I decided to go ahead and watch it just to, get my own opinion about the situation, even though my opinions still stand 10 toes down on what I said.
I stand on what I said. I said what I said.
I'm just deep diving more into the situation. So the gist I got from the interview is it was like, listen, this is where I'm coming from. This is why I reacted the way I reacted. First, I was doing fine, living my own life, private life with my husband, my kids. He takes care of home how he's supposed to. We were good. I didn't need this show.
Respectfully, like, I get it. Everybody said I did this for a check. Was I appropriately compensated for my time? Absolutely. I wasn't going to do it for free. But did I need this? No. My husband takes impeccable care of his family.
But Jackie reached out. The producers reached out.
Y'all came and found me.
They painted this whole picture.
And through continued encouragement and petitions and so on and so forth from my mom, oh, come on, Banna, we're going to do this. It's going to be great. It's going to be positive. Come make your little money and go on about your business.
And I thought, well, hey, they seen me in the past on the show here and there, but I can show that me and Jackie are working on our relationship. We're growing from things. No, we're not besties. I'm not calling her each and every day, and she's not all in my business. I'm not all in hers, but I can show that we can work on some type of mother-daughter relationship to a healthy status. But Jackie, in her mind, I guess that wasn't the case. She really just played me. She just played me.
We weren't in a bad space by any means necessary, but we also weren't close. We weren't besties. We weren't, I'm calling her and telling her my business. Me and my mom had not been in the same space for extended periods of time in years. This is not somebody that I'm seeing and everything is great off camera, and then I get on camera and I code switch on you. That's not what happened. We were not locked in. We were not where we are now by any means necessary, or I never would have agreed to come and do the show. But I think that I had high hopes that I've been on this show before. I had to sit down with Laura. I've had all the drama with the other girls and all of these things. I can come on and show the growth. I can show, okay, no, we definitely don't have the best history. We definitely don't have, we have a very checkered past, but we're moving forward. We're trying to move forward. So you brought me here to play in my face.
Granted, what you saw, it was how I felt. I done, healed from that, or I'm trying to heal from that. But at that time, I was a very unhealed person, and you put me in a situation that I didn't think was going to happen, but it happened, and I'm here, and I showed up for it. And Jackie was to blame for it. That's how I felt this interview was portraying to the viewers. Like, no, I didn't want to take it that route, but I did, because Jackie know how her daughter is, and I know how Jackie is, and she wanted to play. I'm going to play, because I'm not one of these cast members that's going to talk mess and, do all this for the cameras. But no, I'm going to be about my own and off the cameras, and you played in my face, and I'm going to handle that. Period, point and blank. Whether you my mother, whether you my sister, whether you a person off the street, because that's basically how you treated me. This is all what Chantel is saying in a nutshell. Like, you're not finna play me like I'm one of your cast members. So let's talk about this. Carlos had asked her, what was the turning point for you to where you was just like, all bets are off, honey? And she was like, it was definitely things leading up to that. Like, one, the first scene. She was like, that's really was the icing on the cake right there. The first scene where her and Jackie, they were talking, and Jackie had brought up baby girl's father. Now, she's saying that they previously had conversations of do not bring up that man. Okay? Do not bring up that man. But Jackie Fashion, her producer she brought him up. And she was like, yeah, she was pedo about it, but she played it cool, stuff like that. But she did have to check her mama. Like, why would you do that? We talked about this. Why are you going behind your word and you promising that you're not going to talk about you? And she was like, well, I was just, no, that's not what we talked about, mama. So that was strike one. Then the next thing for her was like, Brandy and Jackie had a mutual friend, and the mutual friend was, saying that she's a lesbian and she's not a lesbian, but it was the point that Jackie was trying to get Brandy to bring it up while they was filming on off camera, and Brandy was like, no. Then the whole Jennifer issue.
Listen, once you guys finally see, as the viewers, me get to Hawaii, now I have you bringing up my daughter's father. I have you trying to bring messy tea via Brandy to this platform. I have later on in the Hawaii trip, you telling Jennifer that you would have grandparents' rights to my kids. Now, how messy is that of you to say when you know that I'm in court right now? All of these things are coming at me. And I'm still sitting here trying to take it like, do not take it there with this lady. I don't care how you feel. I don't care. Like, I made a promise to myself, to my husband, to my children, to my father before I came on this show. I'm not going to get on here and show my ass. I'm not going to do it. I've watched you do it season after season. I don't want to go along with that narrative. I don't want people to say, oh, the apple don't fall far from the tree and everything that they've been saying about me now. I never wanted this. But I'm also not going to let nobody play in my face. So if that means that this is what I have to wear and y'all don't understand where I'm coming from, that's okay. That's okay with me because I know what led up to this point. And the cast members and castmates and producers and so they all saw it in real time.
And then it got to a point in the interview where Carlos was like, okay, I get it. I'm finally seeing where, you're coming from. And was this a point where you just didn't have no more loyalty for your mom because of all what she said she wasn't going to do and she ended up doing, and then she's trying to spread this around about you and stuff like that? Is where your unloyalty lied? Because you let Brittany say all this stuff about her and call her her name. And granted, once again, for people in the back, if it was my mama, we had that banter or whatever, not saying it's right or what have you, but you're not going to be talking to my mama like that. Period, point and blank. I don't care how I feel about her right now. You ain't going to be disrespecting her like that.
Is that when you started to unravel and the loyalty was gone? Because is that when you started to say, well, Brandy, Jackie said this about you?
Well, what people don't understand, and they always say, well, why didn't you protect her when Brittany was going in on her? I'm not protecting nobody that's not protecting me. This whole time that we're here in Vegas, you're on the phone with me when we're not filming. I wasn't staying at the house. I got a house separate from them so that I could be with my kids. You're on the phone with me between these scenes. Yeah, because Brandy this and Brandy that. You're talking down on her no matter what you said. I don't even have to repeat what you said, right? But then you get on camera and you're grabbing Brandy by the hand. Sis, I know you've been dealing with a lot. And I know. Now that shit is rubbing me the wrong way. You're playing a very dirty game. If you don't want to get in between it, then don't get in between it. There's 8 other women here that you could talk to, but you want to sit here and buddy up to Brandy when you already know I feel some sort of way about this person. Why? Because if the roles was reversed and I did that, if this was last season when Evelyn called you whatever she called you and brought up whatever she brought, and I was doing that with her, you would feel some sort of way. But I'm behind the scenes telling you, yeah, that's real tacky of her, and I just can't. You're playing a very messy game. And maybe you weren't prepared for somebody that really knows you to come on here and work alongside of you. And maybe when you offered me or brought this opportunity to my door, you weren't prepared for the way that I was coming. But anybody that knows me knows I really do not play like that. I don't play for these cameras. I could honestly care less about I could have been ducked off living on a farm. I wasn't bothering nobody. What did you bring me here for just to do this? Now I've become one of your castmates, and you're willing to throw me under the bus and do me dirty like you're willing to do everybody else. But you want me to show you loyalty? You want me to stand up for you because you and Brittany got into it? No, I'm actually not going to do that because respectfully, she's the only one spoke up for me and said anything.
But the craziest thing for me is, Chantel, you are more like your mother in so many ways. It's like mind blowing at sometimes. Just some of the mannerisms, and that is literally her twin, because baby, she's a light skinned version of Jackie. Like I said, all really what I got from this interview is, look, hey, I was wrong. I did what I did. She basically made me go to that point. If she didn't do such and such, I wouldn't have popped off the way I popped off.
Because you've been doing this so long, you know I'm going to get her to the point of no return. She's going to give this season all she's got because she really don't have no filter, and she really don't care about these cameras, and she really doesn't. I'm not articulate in that way. Maybe I'm well spoken, but when I'm mad, I'm mad. I'm not finna sit here and play with nobody. Like, I get that that's what y'all like to do, but I don't like to do that. I told Brandy that in Vegas. Everybody don't play like that.
Everybody know I'm not here for the BS. Come to me correct and we can talk. If you're going to play these little games, then it is what it is. This is what you got. I guess this is what you wanted. And I gave you what you wanted. But we all, I mean, you like you said, you know your mama know you. She was just heavy on the fact that she was playing these games and she knew what type of buttons to push to get Chantel to react the way she reacted. So in a way, you didn't take accountability because you still blamed it on your mama. But we ain't in your shoes. That was your experience, and we just gonna leave it at that. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section below, and I'll see you on the next Word on the Street.